So hello everybody and welcome to my channel Omni Bio Entrance, and today we will be discussing University of Hyderabad MSc Entrance Examination question paper for the subject Animal Biotechnology conducted in the year 2014. I will be discussing only the biology part. They have asked some chemistry questions which I have not attempted. So coming to the first question. Graves' disease is related to. Now Graves' disease, it is an autoimmune disorder that causes overproduction of thyroid hormones. So it is related to thyroid gland. Answer is option C. Then the amount of gas dissolved in a liquid is proportional to its partial pressure is known as Henry's law. Then next one. The process in which lactate formed in skeletal muscle is transported to the liver and kidney where it reforms glucose is called. It is called as Krebs cycle. A method that allows mapping of transcription start site. Now the answer is cage. So there is a printing mistake. It is not sage. It is cage. Cage is cap analysis of gene expression. Is a method used for single nucleotide resolution genome-wide mapping of RNA polymerase to transcription start sites. So the answer is B, and there is a printing mistake. It is not sage, it is cage. C-A-G-E. Then which one of the following is not true of Krebs cycle? So Krebs cycles, 3 molecules of NADH are produced per molecule of glucose. Addition of acetyl-CoA to oxaloacetic acid starts the cycle. 2 molecules of FADH2 are produced per molecule of glucose. GTP is produced and converted to ATP. So Krebs cycle yield 4 carbon dioxide, 6 NADH, 2 FADH2 and 2 ATPs. That is on complete oxidation of glucose molecule. So 3 molecules of NADH are produced per molecule of glucose is wrong. So option A is wrong. Industrial melanism is in certain moths is an example of. It is an example of directional natural selection. Answer is option C. Then primary phloem develops from. It develops from provascular tissue. Answer is option D. Which of the following drugs block mitosis by stabilizing the micronemes? So micronemes are cellular organs or organelles possessed by epicomplexa protozoans that are restricted to the axial third of the protozoan body. They are surrounded by a typical unit membrane, and on electron microscopy they have an electron dense matrix due to higher protein content. They are specialized secretory organelles important for gliding motility and host cell invasion. So that are micronemes. So which of the following drugs block mitosis by stabilizing the micronemes? So vinblastine inhibits the microtubule polymerization. Colchicine also does the same thing, inhibit microtubule polymerization. Taxol, it stabilizes microtubule formation. So the answer is mitomycin. Answer is option C. The next one, steroid response elements are composed of. So they are composed of nucleotides. Answer is option B. The next one, metamorphosis of amphibians is triggered by environmental cues that act on the hypothalamus. Answer is option C. Then which one of the following is also called as Sewall-Wright effect? It is called the genetic drift. Answer is option B. Which one of the following is a protein deficiency disease? So out of these, Kwashiorkor is a protein deficiency disease. Answer is option B. Then which one of the following is an extinct species? Dodo is an extinct species. Answer is option C. Then, if an autosomal recessive disorder show Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium has an incidence of 1 in the 6400, then frequency of carrier is approximately. So they have given q square as 1 by 6400, so q will be 1 by 80, and n is equal or p is equal to 1 minus q, so 1 minus 1 by 80, that is 79 by 80. So 2 pq will be 2 into 79 by 80 into 1 by 80, so that will give you 1 in 40, 1 out of 40. So the answer is 1 by 40. Answer is option B. The next one, polyuria, polydipsia, hypernatremia occur due to insensitivity of renal cells to for insensitivity due to vasopressin. Answer is option C. Amino acid metabolism involves all of the following except. So amino acid metabolism involves all of the following except beta oxidation. So answer is option D. Then actin filaments are found in all of the following except. So the flagella of bacteria doesn't have actin filaments. So answer is option A. Then next one, trichocysts are present in. So trichocysts, they are present in protozoa. Answer is option C. The human body has dash pairs of spinal nerves. So it has 31 pairs of spinal nerves. Answer is option B. Okay. So next one, red drop effect is, it is decrease in photosynthetic efficiency in the far red light. Answer is option C. Marsh gas evolving from the decomposing organic matter contains, it contains ammonia. Answer is option B. Which one of the following cell organelle responds to cellular injury immediately? It is mitochondria. Answer is option D. Rubella belongs to the following family of RNA viruses. It belongs to Toga viridae. Answer is option C. So coming to the next question. The following region marks the future dorsal side of the embryo. So that is the gray crescent. Answer is option B. Now next one. To measure the population density of a monarch butterflies occupying a particular park, 100 butterflies were captured, marked with a small dot on a wing and then released. The next day, another 100 butterflies were captured, including the recapture of 25 marked butterflies. One could correctly estimate the population to be. So that will be 400, because out of a value, that is out of a total number of butterflies, 100 were captured. So 100 divided by x will be equal to 25 recaptured out of 100. So 25 by 100. Now calculate for x. X into 25 is equal to 100 into 100. So 25 into 4 will be 100. So it will be 400. Answer will be option B, that is 400. Then next one. The reversible phenomenon of gas exchange explained by Bohr effect is exhibited by. So the Bohr effect describes hemoglobin's lower affinity for oxygen secondary to increase in the partial pressure of carbon dioxide and or decreased blood pressure pH. This low affinity in turn enhances the unloading of oxygen into tissues to meet the oxygen demand of the tissue. So the reversible phenomenon of gas exchange explained by Bohr effect is excited by hemoglobin. So answer is option B. Nuclear localization signals are mainly composed of, they are composed of basic amino acids. Answer is option C. So next question. When the inhibitory effect of two or more end products on a single regulatory enzyme is strictly additive, the feedback inhibition is known as, it is known as cumulative inhibition. Answer is option C. The smooth movements of partially processed food down the intestine is facilitated by mucin secreted by goblet cells. Answer is option B. Most of the red, blue, purple colors of plants due to a pigment called as anthocyanins. When a child with blood group IAIB is born of a woman with genotype IBIB, the father of the child could not be a man of genotype. So here a child is born with the blood group IAIB. So the blood group of the child is AB and is born of a woman with genotype who is B. So the genotype of the mother is B and that of the father, they have asked, could not be the genotype of the man. So the father cannot be genotype B because the child is AB. So the A gene must come from the father. So he has to be carrying an A allele in his genotype. So option B, IAIA is correct. IAIB can also be the genotype of the father and IAIB can also be the genotype of father. So the father cannot have the genotype IBIB. If it was IBIB, then the child would be IBIB only. That is, he will be or she will be having the blood group. Then, protein glycosylation occurs in one of the following cell organelles. So, it occurs in Golgi complex. Timber yielding plants like the pine, fir, spruce and cedar belong to gymnosperms. Answer is option B. An example of non-oncogenic virus is, it is Epstein-Barr virus. The rate of renaturation of a DNA molecule is given by COT value, which is, so the COT value is the product of molar concentration of nucleotide residues and the time of renaturation in seconds. So the answer is option A. Then, which one of the following types of vectors would be most suitable for introducing DNA into human cells? So it will be adenovirus. Answer is option D. Then next one. Which one of the following is used to prepare aspirin? So salicylic acid is used. Salicylic acid with acetic anhydride in the presence of H2SO4 will give you aspirin. So answer is salicylic acid. An antigenic epitope associates with one of the following part of an antibody. So epitope is known as antigenic determinant, is a part of the antigen that is recognized by the immune system, specifically by antibodies. So it is recognized by combined regions of heavy and light chains. So answer is option C. The main structural protein underlying nuclear envelope is, it is lamin. Answer is option C. The genome size of HIV virus is, it is 9.75 kb. B. DNA shows hyperchromicity in all processes except by. So hyperchromatic effect is the striking increase in absorbance of DNA upon denaturation. So decreasing the pH. So shows hyperchromicity in all of the process except by decreasing the pH. Then formation of primitive streak in chick embryo is evident during the gastrulation stage. Then next one. The common intermediate of proteins, carbohydrates and lipid metabolism. It is acetyl-CoA. So answer is option C. The percentage of solar energy entering the space in the form of light rays that is absorbed in atmosphere is, so it is 37%. Answer is A. Then next one. On a Lien-Weaver-Burke plot, the slope of the reaction is the presence of a competitive inhibitor is indicated by. So the slope of the Lien-Weaver-Burke plot shows Km by Vmax values. So answer is option A. Then the endomembrane system of a cell includes the endomembrane system is a group of membranes and organelles in eukaryotic cells that work together to modify, package and transport lipid and proteins. The organelles of the endomembrane system include nuclear membrane, the endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, lysosomes, vesicles, endosomes and plasma membrane. So here they have given only three, that is lysosome, Golgi complex and endoplasmic reticulum. Answer is option C. In a shallow lentic habitat, which zone is most productive? It is the littoral zone that is most productive. Answer is option A. Which one of the following vitamins is considered as a hormone? Vitamin D is considered as a hormone. Answer is option B. Then which one of the following pairs of compounds give positive reaction to tolerance test? So tolerance test gives positive results only when aldehyde or a alpha hydroxy ketone is present. So glucose contain aldehyde group and on top. So glucose gives a positive test, but sucrose does not have a free aldehyde or a alpha hydroxy ketone. So glucose and fructose will give positive reaction to tolerance test. Then next one, leucine zipper motif in some protein function to. It function to facilitate binding of proteins to DNA. So answer is option C. Then example of intracellular protozoan parasite that resides in phagolysosome. So it is Leishmania. Answer is option B. Monotremes are unique mammals because they lay eggs rather than give birth to their offspring. So monotremes are unique mammals. Then which one of the following type of drugs reduce fever? So it is antipyretic that reduces. Copper containing mitochondrial enzyme is. Answer is cytochrome C oxidase. Option C. Which one of the following is not a chromosome instability syndrome? It is Klinefelter's. It is caused by the presence of an additional X chromosome in a male, that is 47XXY. So it is not a chromosome instability syndrome. So answer is Klinefelter's syndrome. Perception to the sense of taste depends on G protein coupled receptors. Answer is option A. BCG is used to protect against tuberculosis. Option A. RNA molecules that can catalyze chemical reactions such as self-splicing are known as ribozymes. Answer is option B. Which of the following amino acid has a maximum of 3 codons? So the answer is isoleucine. Leucine has 6, phenylalanine has 2, glycine has 4. So isoleucine has 3. Okay, next one. Which one of the following is true regarding stomatal opening in leaf? It occurs when there is an increase in turgor pressure of the guard cell. So option B is correct. Nucleus was first discovered in 1831 by Robert Brown. Answer is option B. In humans, the eggs are alecithal. Alecithal means they have only little yolk. So answer is option D. Mumps is a disease caused by paramyxovirus. So answer is option C. Plants growing on sand are called as psammophytes. Answer is option D. Lithophytes are plants that grow on the rocks. They are classified as either epilithic or endolithic. Epilithic lithophytes grow on the surfaces of the rocks and endolithic lithophytes grow on the surfaces of rocks. And these are also referred to as psammophytes or chasmophytes. Then, which of the following honey bee is commonly domesticated? It is Apis mellifera that is commonly domesticated. Then next one. Cystic fibrosis is a recessive trait disease. If a woman with cystic fibrosis marries a man without the disease and for whom there is no family history of disease, what is the probability of their girl child getting the disease? Now, cystic fibrosis is a recessive disease, so it will be inherited only to person with homozygous recessive condition. If a woman with cystic fibrosis, so small c, marries a man without the disease, so capital C, and for whom there is no family history of the disease. So man's genotype, since there is no family history of the disease, he will not be even a heterozygous carrier of the disease. So naturally the women will be small c and man will be capital C. What is the probability of their girl child getting the disease? So it is 0 probability, because the girl child getting the disease, because after the cross between capital C and small c, you will get the progeny capital C, small c. So the girl child getting the disease is only 0%. So answer is A, that is 0%. Then, which one of the following is a mucopolysaccharide? So hyaluronic acid is a mucopolysaccharide. Then pyorrhea is a disease of the gums. Answer is option C. The most common cystic fibrosis mutation consists of a deletion. That is, deletion of the phenylalanine at position 508 is the most common mutation among cystic fibrosis patients. Then patagium is an evolutionary adaptation called as. So patagium is a membranous structure that assists an animal in gliding or flight. So answer is volant adaptation, because volant adaptation is defined as adaptation that are done by animals that spend most of their time in the air flying. And fossorial adaptations are adapted to successfully digging burrows and spending their time underground. Aquatic adaptation are changes or adjustments in behavior, physiology or structure of organism that enable them to live in the aquatic environment. And cursorial adaptation could be considered adapted to long distance running at high speeds. Then, which of the following is not a neurotransmitter? So, neurotrophin is not a neurotransmitter. Answer is option D. So, that's it. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching my channel.